hello. Hold on, let me... Wait, why can't I see my face? Oh, right. I'll turn on the camera, of course. Stupid. Okay. Stream is about to start. Fuck it. I'm so excited. Okay. Drop that. On stream. Okay. Yeah. Down a little bit. All right. So, how's everyone doing? It's been a while since I streamed, but yeah, just trying to deal with IRL stuff. So that's one of the reasons that I've haven't been streaming. And another one is I don't know, I just haven't been feeling it. But I'm here now, and we are about to get started with the PoE 2 live stream. It's going to show us everything we need to know about the early access in
Just what are we facing here?
December the 6th.
A relic of the old world. Ready your men, Captain. We will only get one chance.
Let's see here.
And remember, when you hear the whispers, call for help. Do not attack.
Okay, starting off with a cinematic trailer.
What do you think he was on about?
It's Dorman, right?
Yeah.
Then Dorman, shut your damn mouth.
Oh.
Why do I always get
Wait.
stuck with these rookies?
Hey,
It kind of sounds like
mean cleave. Give him a chance.
Shadowheart. Oh. Oh. Dang. Drop a little bit. To a shot. I don't know how long the stream is gonna be.
Captain.
It's usually like,
Can't even
if it's the biggest stream, I'm expecting like an hour.
Captain Oren? Captain?
Uh-oh.
It's here. Rain! Send the signal!
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
On my back! Blade up!
Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Sure. Oh, is this,
No.
I think it is? So I don't even know the story. I told the I only know like the Uber bosses, Pinnacle bosses, his name.
Run!
Oh. What is this? Dominated Tormentors from Harry Potter. Oh!
Captain!
Oh shit. Oh damn. That is a switch.
On your feet, lad.
Sir, the captain,
You'll be fine. Here.
Oh. And eat his face. Oh, what the?
Get the body.
Stop. Mortal,
Damn.
it can still be contained. You don't know what you have unleashed.
Your kind no longer control this world. We cannot destroy your body, it's true. But you will watch as we destroy everything you have built. Bind him! Feed. Grow, my child. I'll make sure you can eat your fill.
Yeah, what the hell is that? It looks like an eater. Alright, it's good tone setter. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. What is this?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2.
Jonathan
Now,
Rogers.
Path of Exile 2 is going into early access in around 2 weeks on December the 6th. But even though it's early access, this isn't just some small taste. The game is huge. In this live stream, we're going to be introducing everything you can expect. So without further ado, let's roll the gameplay
Go.
trailer.
Existence
Let's see.
is a thing of beauty, precious, but impermanent.
Permanent.
Life and death are mortal enemies. And yet
Rod ad, get off the screen.
another. The continuation of life must be protected.
I don't care anymore.
The McCrispy
Oh
is
no!
a masterpiece. Crispy, juicy, tender.
Shouldn't even have done that. There you go. Damn, Twitch that going crazy. Okay. Get the barb. Yes, that's my crazy skill tree. Ooh, oh. Is there some new armor, some abilities? Okay. Oh wow. We've seen a couple of these. Oh, what? What the hell?
We are faced with the end, and I will do what I must.
Maps? Is that this is the map system? Oh, there's ascension tree. Or evolve.
Those who obsess with death,
It's pretty cool.
let them soon be acquainted with it.
Now, as you just saw, even in early access, Path of Exile 2 is a big game. It's actually been 5 years since we announced PoE 2, and over that time we've revealed a lot, but it's been in bits and pieces. It's pretty hard to keep track of it all, so today we're going to do a full rundown of all the content that will be available
Okay,
at the
let's
start of
go.
early access.
Alright,
Classes, character
alright.
progression systems, and for the first time, a full overview of the end game. This is going to be a big one, so get comfortable. For 20
Get
years,
comfortable.
Rayclast has been free from any sources of corruption, but the Count of Ogham, tempted by promises of power, intends to harness it once more. The dead are rising, monsters are mutating, and madness is spreading. Under the dark
that's
influence
a
of
boss.
corruption,
I forgot
the
if
Count
that's a
doles
mini
out
boss.
sentences of death to any who
Or
would
if it's like
question.
a real boss. pinnacle bosses, I should say.
And this is where you find yourself at the start of PoE 2.
Cutscene in the beginning?
Explore the dark forests of Ogham. Traverse the barren plains
No. What
of the
happened?
Vesteri Desert.
Okay.
And delve into the jungle ruins of Utsal, an ancient Val city.
Ancient Val City. What the heck? FFF. Okay, so it's not me. It's just... It's the
Witching
stream.
monsters, hidden runes, lost camps and treasures.
How many people? 136,000 people are watching this thing live. It's crazy.
It falls to you to track down the seed of corruption, the source of all this devastation. On the way, you'll face fearsome monsters, meet strange characters, forge unlikely bonds, and uncover lost civilizations. But first, you need to pick a class.
Oh.
Now, early access will initially have 6 classes available. Let's have a look at them.
Oh, 6 classes. 2, 4, 6. There's gonna be 8 at launch. 1.0 launch, not early access launch. Oh, stream dying. Oh.
You'll want to use a wide variety of skills to mix and match different combos.
Oh, maybe I should turn the
To get
short stand a little bit.
To get new skills, you will first need to find skill gems. Using a skill gem will open the gem cutting menu, which shows all the active skills available in PoE 2. You can choose an existing.
Oh, they're starting over. Oh, wow. Did this start over? Holy, okay. Wow. Say. Oh man, I got all the subs too. 180. Jesus. That's crazy. It's actually insane. I guess we'll just wait. I mean that cinematic was pretty sweet. It gives it's a tone setter, right? Like I was saying earlier. It gets you. It's the beginning of like what we will expect for the vibe of the game. Which is kind of what we're just kind of aiming for, like a more dark and serious tone. I feel like that's what PoE 1 was at the beginning, but it doesn't feel like that anymore from what PoE is today. But yeah, we hopefully can get this up and running pretty soon.
Just what are we facing here?
Precious.
Power intends to harness.
There's just
there are
grabbing.
21 active skills for quarterstaves.
Okay,
So
here
this
we go.
just scratches the surface of the options that you have.
This
By
works.
in-game, you'll be dashing from pack to pack, spewing where you find yourself at the start of PoE 2.
Okay, they're just grabbing.
Explore
Okay.
the dark forests of Ogham. Traverse the barren plains of the Vesteri Desert. And delve into the jungle ruins of Utsal, an ancient Val city.
At least
There are
the
challenging monsters,
areas seem
hidden
pretty
rooms,
varied.
Lost camps and treasures. Roaming merchants.
I want to see
and of course,
the enemy designs,
No two areas are the same.
how the enemy designs are, the mob
falls to you
designs,
to
I
track
should
down the
say.
seed of corruption, the source of all this
I'm sure that the boss designs
On
are
the way, you'll face fearsome monsters,
amazing, but
meet strange characters,
I want to see
forge
how
unlikely bonds, and uncover
mob,
lost civilizations.
how like crowd control works,
But first, you'll need to pick a class.
and if there's any mobs I
Now,
want
early
to
access
fully
will
watch
initially
out
have
for.
6 classes available. Let's have a look at them.
6 classes out of
The
8.
monk is a fast and furious melee fighter. He dashes in and
It
out
was
of
his
combat
staff,
with
right?
mechanics that involve building up and keeping momentum. Like all classes in PoE 2, you'll want to use a wide variety of skills to mix and match different combos. To get new skills, you'll first need to find skill gems.
Skill gems.
Using a skill gem will open the gem cutting menu, which shows all the active skills available in PoE 2. You can choose an existing skill to level up.
Oh, it's
or
good that
choose to
they have
upgrade a
all
new
the
one. Since this is a level 7 skill gem,
the
even if you
weapons,
pick a new
the
skill,
weapon
it will
types that you
immediately be
want,
level 7. So there's
but
no
all the way
harm
to
in
the other
trying out
side over there.
something new. Monk primarily
that
uses the
it
quarter
just
staff.
it's
There
a
are
good
3
quality of
skills
life thing,
martial arts: lightning,
and
Ice,
it's something that GG talks about a
wind.
lot when they don't.
But don't think you have
They
to
want
stick
to
just
have the
one.
necessity
The
of
best
having
combos are
third-party
gonna involve
tools
mixing elements of
to
all
play the
3.
game.
Let's try killing
PoE
harm.
1 is
Like many monk skills, this can be used
it's
to
like the
quickly
worst
take advantage
advocate
of
of
a specific
that.
situation. If there's an enemy on low life, you can
You
use
need
killing
a
harm to
third
dash
party.
to them and kill them
You
instantly.
need third-party tools
This will
like
provide a power
path of
charge.
building and stuff like
Then we
that
can use
too.
a different
You
skill
just
to
play
consume that power
PoE
charge
1,
for a
but
much more devastating attack.
it's
The
a
monk
good
also has
choice.
powerful combo skills.
You kind of consolidate that into the game.
Is a skill that places a giant resonating bell. Hitting the bell causes it to ring, dealing damage to all enemies around it. You can also do things like freeze or shock the bell, which
Oh,
will
wow.
add elemental damage to the strikes.
This is a new
Monk
class.
also has a variety
Monk.
of abilities to empower his staff. If an enemy is close to being stunned, you can use staggering palm to punch them down. After that, any attack you do will shoot out wind projectiles.
Wind projectile. That's pretty cool. I can see a build for
There
that
are
already.
21 active skills for quarterstaves, so this just scratches the
Quarter
surface of the options
staves.
that you have. By endgame, you'll be
Nice.
dashing from pack to pack, spewing projectiles and
pretty
obliterating
cool.
strings of enemies with huge combo attacks.
That's cool. Am I
Now, if
rolling
you
monk?
like a style of melee that's a little slower but hits much harder,
Oh,
then
monk.
the warrior is for you. He pounds the ground with big chunky attacks and can shrug off the hits of small enemies with large amounts of armor. Even though the mace slams are slow, you never lose control. Longer attacks can be retargeted as you go, and if you find yourself committed to a long attack, you can dodge roll
Just-
out of it at any time.
The
Among the skill option for maces,
What
you'll
I'm
find a
seeing is,
variety of
like,
slams, fire attacks,
the
war
action
cries, and
is
shield skills.
more
Here, I'm going to slam the ground, rending it apart with lines of fire.
fluid.
Any
Is
slam
I
skill
guess
will
the
then cause these
animation
fishes to
is
erupt
more
with
fluid.
lava.
Not
I
the
can even
combat
run through them
itself.
with a
The
skill like Stampede
animations
to do huge
or
amounts
the
of damage.
combat is more fluid.
The warrior can also use war cries, which can empower your next skill. Seismic Cry, for example, will double any slams from your next attack. The Stampede counts as a slam, so I can double that for even more craziness. If you want to go a little faster and be a little more defensive, equip a shield. In PoE 2, you can raise your shield at any time to block all damage from the front, even spells. While holding
you
up
talk
your
about
shield,
actual
your stun
block?
meter will build as you take damage, so be careful. If it reaches
But there is no
100%,
block.
your stance will break and you will be vulnerable.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah. There's no
Some
passive block.
enemies
There's
also
an
have
active
unblockable
block.
attacks, which are indicated by this red flash. If you see one of these coming, make sure to dodge out of the way.
Yeah,
Using
I-
a shield also gives you access to
Yeah,
shield
like I was saying
skills
before,
like
how
shield charge,
animation
which allows you to
feels
charge
more
towards
fluid.
enemies and stun them.
It's more
While
in
charging,
PoE
you're
2.
also
The
blocking
animation is
whole
part
time,
of
so
the
you have full
combat,
damage immunity from the front.
like fully part of the combat.
The warrior
I think
also
in
has access
PoE
to
1, like
totems.
the
Some
animations,
totems have
you
built-in
try
abilities
to
like
circumvent
Shockwave Totem,
the
which can be placed
animations
to stun
because
nearby
you
enemies
kind of
and
want
trigger
to
aftershocks
zoom
like those from the
fast,
earthquake.
right?
But you can also get ancestral
But
warrior
PoE
totems,
2,
which allow you to
the
use any slam skill in your
the
repertoire.
animation and the movements are
This is a meta
really
skill,
integral
which means that it's a
to
skill you can put other skills into. I can take a
to the
slam
combat
like
system,
thunder
yeah.
and socket it into my ancestral warrior totem. Now when I summon him, he'll sit there and slam the monsters from a distance.
just so warrior. Oh, that's pretty
20
good.
active skills for maces, so there's a lot more to try out. But by endgame, you're going to be dropping hammers from the sky, leaping fearlessly into combat, and separating the very earth you stand on. Time for some ranged attacks. The ranger is primarily about the bow, but we wanted to make sure that she feels agile as well. In PoE 2, you
I'm
can
still
shoot
leaning
while
monk.
moving.
Still leaning monk.
Combined with all the skills the ranger has that allow you to jump around, you will have a lot of mobility in combat. Bow skills have a variety of lightning, poison, ice, and physical attacks. Lightning attacks bounce around between targets. You can also stick lightning arrows in the ground which explode when hit by the bouncers, or electrocute enemies to take them out of combat. Ice attacks allow you to slow and freeze enemies to keep them away from you. Using poison, not only can you slowly damage your enemies from afar, but also grow some interesting plants. With 21 bow skills and all the mobility
21
and combo
bow.
tools the ranger has, you can take advantage of every situation. By in-game,
How
you'll be
many
creating
skill
hundreds of
jumps?
arrows, be they falling from the sky, bouncing around between enemies, or spraying out of
Like
tornadoes.
active skill jumps.
You might have noticed in the
I
bottom
know that
left of
there's
the
like
screen,
over
the flask
100
slots are a little
support
different.
skill jumps, but I don't know how many
PoE 2, you
like
have one
active skill jumps
dedicated
are.
life flask slot and one
Mm,
mana
life
flask
fast. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Flasks gain charges as you kill enemies.
And then they have the
Typically allow you to
small,
heal 6 or 7
like
times
tinctures
if they're full.
after, like the 3
But that's not
tinctures at the
only
bottom.
thing you can use charges for.
And this is one of
Charms
the.
are a new item type that will automatically defend you from various debuffs or damage types.
Oh, that
Having
is
trouble with getting frozen? Equip a thawing charm. When it's fully charged, it will make you immune to freeze for 3 seconds if you get frozen.
Yep.
To
Damn,
recharge
that's just
them,
like an
kill
extra.
more monsters.
Dang, I like that.
You can gain more slots for charms by upgrading your belt.
Oh, that's it.
Mercenary wields a crossbow that can be loaded with different ammo types, offering versatility, power, and mobility. All classes in Path of Exile 2 can be controlled with WASD, which makes this class play exactly like a shooter. For the crossbow, you will find skills that
Yeah,
work like
I want to
shotguns,
see how that feels. A lot
sniper
of
rifles,
the previews
assault
that I've
rifles, and even grenade launchers.
watching
But not only that, there are a
Heard.
wide variety of more interesting elemental ammos
problem
too.
is
It's very fast to switch between ammo types, so long as you already have them loaded, which makes the mercenary able
it's
to
their
combo abilities
differences
together for
in
devastating
how they want the movement skills. Obviously, it's an option. You can
glacial
use
bolt to
click
create walls
if you
of ice
want.
to separate enemies, then switch to fragmentation rounds to explode the ice to deal
Another
massive AoE damage.
Concern about PoE 2 was the flash system.
Rounds to break their armor, and then high velocity rounds to take them down. Or perhaps I could fire a gas grenade to poison enemies.
But this is, I guess, this 2 flash system now is how they're gonna roll with it in the early access, and then that's gonna change throughout the development of early access.
Before moving in. There are 22 active skills for crossbows. By endgame, you'll be calling destruction down from the sky as you litter the battlefield with grenades and pepper your enemies with your automatic shotgun. If you're looking to take a back seat and let your minions
See
do
that?
the work, then the witch should be your choice.
Stuck in
She can
geometry.
call forth hordes of undead monsters to
ragdoll.
fight for her, while casting powerful chaos spells that debilitate her enemies. Occult skills are some of the most varied in the game, with skeletons, noxious spells, spectral minions, curses, and sacrificial magic.
Is it running? It
Before we
isn't
talk
running
about
great
minions, We'll
there.
have to talk about a new resource in Path of Exile 2 called Spirit.
Pirate.
This is a spirit gem, which allows you to pick from a range of persistent skills. All classes have a variety of these skills which can add some very interesting effects, like Arctic Armor, which does cold damage to enemies that hit you, or Raging Spirits, which summon fiery skulls each time you cast a fire spell.
The spirit
For
is
witch,
the
though,
spirit
we'll want to be using our
energy
spirit to
is
create
going to be
permanent minions.
how they're
These
going to
minions will be
regulate
revived
your
automatically
auras,
when
because
they
they don't
die,
want
so you don't have to worry
every
about
build to
resummoning
have
them
an
time.
aura. Or in PvP
Here,
1,
using the skill
it's
screen to allocate
pretty much a
which minions I
necessity
would
to
like
have
in
an
my
aura,
board.
but
You can see the spirit
we'll see
cost
how
of each one.
PvP 2 does it.
Skeletal warriors are cheap, but
Spirit
weak.
system is
Useful
good for
tanking
that,
damage and
I think.
distracting enemies. But I want more
It's going
heavy
to work
hitters in my army,
better,
so I'm going to
I think.
unsummon some warriors and instead add skeletal arsonists.
or at the very least different.
Permanent minions come with special active abilities called command skills. You can order these guys to detonate your own minions for even more damage and area of effect. If you want a bigger army, you'll need a scepter. This new weapon type is imbued with even more spirit, allowing you to summon even more friends. And if you want an even bigger army than that,
16%
you can take advantage of
spirit.
corpses to summon true hordes of minions. But what can a witch do while her army is at work? Well, she has a range of chaos spells to spread disease amongst your enemies, or bone skills to impale them. Or, you know, you could curse them to make them weaker so your horde can take them down. There are 25 active occult skills. By the endgame, you'll be the leader of a fearsome army of the
Damn,
dead,
look at
consuming
that.
everything in its path. The sorceress bends the elements to her will, using them to unleash devastation on her foes. This classic spellcaster weaves a flurry of elemental magic from afar. The elemental skills have everything you might expect and more. Fireballs, icy explosions, lightning storms, you get
I'm loving everything.
each spell is unique
Sorceress
and has
is
many
good,
different
though.
ways to build and combo with others, even between different elements. For example, Flame Wall conjures a burning line that not only damages enemies, but also empowers all projectiles that pass through it. If you place
Wait.
a wall and fire lightning sparks through it,
Yeah, I
they'll
just
gain
saw
extra
it.
fire damage.
But heck, that's
It's a good idea to take advantage of the
that's
ability to
cool.
automatically
And
swap
that's in the
weapons when you
PoE
use
one
certain
too, but
skills.
it's so cool.
Having a special staff with bonuses to fire skills and another with bonuses to lightning skills can really power up a combo like this. The sorceress can also take advantage of powerful trigger gems. For example, you could grab the Cast and Ignite gem and use it with Firestorm. As you ignite enemies, a counter will go up in the top left corner. When it's full, a Firestorm will automatically be cast to the enemy that was ignited.
The top left.
There are 25 active elemental skills. By endgame, you'll be firing off projectiles left and right as you rain down elemental storms on your foes. Now, those are the characters that will be available.
Wait, he
at the
just
start
picked
of
up
early
something.
access, but we will be adding 6 more character classes with just as many skills and options as these.
Wait,
There's a lot more to come.
6 more character
There's
classes.
one more important thing to mention about skills. Even though we talk about them as belong to each class, in reality there are no restrictions. You can use all these skills on any class so long as you have the attributes. For example, a poison ranger might want to try
Which is
out
good.
using occult
That's why I
curses to
want to
increase
play
her poison damage.
ARPGs.
Or
Is
a monk
the
might want to trigger elemental ice walls to use with his
there's the
glacial
agency
cascade
of
combo. The
what
possibilities
kind of
for
weapons I
cross-class
want,
combos are practically unlimited.
and not
We're looking forward to
being
what
that
kind of
not
things
being
you guys
limited
might
to
find.
the class I picked.
Now, Path of Exile is a game known for build customization, and we haven't even scratched the
Yeah.
surface of what is possible here. So let's talk about support gems.
Here, sport jams.
Path of Exile 2 has a system of support gems that can be combined with your active skills to dramatically change the way they work. If you find a support gem, then right-clicking it will open up this screen. Here you will find a variety of recommended support gems for each of your skills that you can pick between. For example,
You turn
this
off.
is a
You can
multiple
turn off that
projectile support
recommendation
gem
there.
and can be used to add multiple
I think
projectiles to any
it's
skill.
good there for newer players or
Normally, when you fire a
even,
grenade, it'll look like this.
players who
But if
don't
we add
understand like
multiple projectiles,
ARPG
we get
mechanics
3 of them.
and stats and stuff
Once
like
you
that.
have the gem, you can also freely move it between any of the skills on your character. If you want to have a multi-shot sniper rifle instead,
multi-proj?
you
Yeah,
can simply move the
multi-proj.
gem over to your high-velocity round skill. Generally speaking, if it sounds like a support gem should work with a skill, then it will work. So it's a good idea to experiment. Note that you can only have one of each support gem on your character, so you'll want to think carefully about which supports can be used best with each skill for maximum damage. Now, if you want to stick to the recommendations, you should have a perfectly good time. But if you want to experiment a bit more, then uncheck that recommended button and you can see the full
right
list
there.
of supports that will work with your skill.
It's crazy
There are
though.
hundreds of support gems to choose
Hundreds,
from.
not
and even
100.
We don't know the results of all the
Hundreds.
possible ways these can interact. Each
That's
skill
kinda
can have
scary.
up to 5 supports socketed into it. And if you're clever, you can come up with some pretty interesting ideas. Now all of this is
Is it
just scratching the
guaranteed?
surface.
Wait, is that a
You can
guarantee?
make
It has to be
vortexes,
guaranteed.
break people's armor, make minions explode, make skills repeat, make enemies set each other on fire, cull enemies, or pin them to the ground. Supports let you drastically change the behavior of your skills and create your own unique build, or at least follow someone's OP build guide. So, speaking of builds, let's talk about one of the most iconic Path of Exile systems, the
The
passive skill.
passive tree.
Yes, it's huge. There are over 1,500
I think it's
nodes.
bigger than PoE
Now, a
1.
lot of people open the tree and can get a
1,500.
little intimidated at first, but try not to be
1,500.
scared.
That's crazy.
There are lots of options, but at its core, it's pretty simple. Each level you
Okay.
get 1 point to put into the
Simplify
tree.
it for me, Jonathan.
Each class starts at a different location, but they all share the same tree. Around your section of the tree, you'll find relevant bonuses for your character. You should be safe in the knowledge that there aren't many wrong choices here. Almost all the starting nodes will be useful for your character in some way. But if you do happen to make a choice you regret, you'll be able to respec any nodes you've taken by
For
spending a
gold,
little bit
right?
of gold.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a system in Settlers that they added.
Now, the tree is generally divided up into clusters which have similar themes. In each cluster, you will find small nodes that give simple bonuses like increased damage, but the real power comes from notables. Notables
Notables.
normally have much more interesting bonuses, and they tend to care a lot more about how your build works and what skills you're using. For example, in the mercenary area of the tree, this one gives a 25% chance for crossbow skills to not consume a bolt. And here's one that gives grenades a chance to blow up a second time. This one gives a chance for projectiles to rebound off terrain, as well as giving
Yeah,
you some pierce chance to make
30%
that
pure
more likely.
chance,
Note that
to
even though
chain
this is in the
additional
mercenary
time.
section, this would work with projectiles from all classes, so there are often reasons to go to different areas of the tree. In order to get between these clusters, you will
That's so
generally
good.
have to allocate nodes
Holy
in the
crap, that's
attribute
so good.
highways. Attribute nodes allow you to pick which attribute you would like to use, so it's very
That's
easy
a
to
good
get points
change.
for any attribute that your gear might
Good
need.
change, good change.
You can change which attribute these nodes give you for half price at the respec vendor. In addition to notables, you will also find even larger passives called keystones. Keystones have both an upside and a downside, and often require changing your entire build to design around them. A great example is Giant's Blood, which allows you to wield two-hand weapons in a single hand, but doubles the attribute requirements of them.
I don't have.
You can use a two-hand mace with a shield, or even dual wield them. Or how about Mind Over Matter, which makes all damage go to your mana
Try
pool
to fix the
first
camera.
before your life pool, but you lose 50% of your mana regen. Skills like these can be tough to build around, but if you're up for the challenge, they can be very rewarding. As we showed you earlier on the Sorceress, you can swap between weapon sets on the fly as you use certain skills.
Let's let it charge for a little bit.
One of the new features in Path of Exile 2's passive tree is that you can choose to have your passive tree change as you switch between weapon sets to take advantage
Wait,
of
what?
specific
Oh,
bonuses
right.
on the tree.
I forgot they added
For the
this.
Sorceress, you might want to change between fire and lightning specialization.
Yeah, and then for each,
Or you could
yes.
switch between one hand and a two-hand setup in order to be able to block boss attacks while following up with heavy hits from your bigger mace. Or perhaps you could have a full curse setup on your witch to debuff enemies before switching to a chaos degen build for maximum damage.
Okay, so they're really
If you want to stick with just one
emphasizing
weapon
to
set,
use
you
two
can just use
weapons.
these specialization points as
never
bonus
mind.
points to invest however you like, but creative players will find plenty of opportunities with this system. You can get weapon specialization points throughout the campaign from optional bosses and quests. For example, if I manage to defeat the Crowbell, I'll get a weapon specialization book. There are lots of other permanent boosts available from the campaign too. On the map, you can see icons that indicate the many optional encounters you can find. Some of them have permanent character boosts, and others have powerful
Hopefully it
items.
doesn't die.
If you're having trouble getting past a boss, it might be a good idea to explore and see what you can find. For example, if you defeat Blackjaw the Remnant, you'll gain a permanent increase to fire
This is one of
resistance.
the first bosses that I
most
saw
important finds are spirit bonuses.
in the trailer.
You can find the first one here in the canopy.
King in the
Act
Mist.
1. Defeat the boss in this area to acquire a permanent addition of Spirit. The permanent buffs you gain from Spirit are very
King in the
powerful,
Mist, not King in
and
the
every
Mist.
class will find a use for them. So
Guys,
make sure you hunt down
very-
these upgrades.
Oh my
There's one
god.
in each act.
Oh, it's a quest item though.
Now we haven't even talked about the most important element of character progression, items. That's why we're all here, right?
Items.
Items in Path of Exile can be broken down into 4 rarity groups: normal, magic, rare, and unique. One of the things you're going to want to do as you play through the campaign is upgrade the items you find.
Right.
You can do that with currency items. An Orb of Transmutation will allow you to upgrade a normal item to a magic item with 1 mod. You can
Look
then
at
apply
those
an Orb of
currency items.
Augmentation to add a second mod, then use
Oh,
a
they look so
Regal Orb
good.
to add a third mod, and upgrade it to a rare. Finally, you can use some Exalted Orbs to add more mods to your rare to a total of 6 mods.
Fire,
One of
cold,
the things
out.
we think is really important is to make these options available to use as you play.
Is that not
All
good?
the items that add mods
It's,
are
I had
much more
fire
common than they
and
were in
cold,
Path of Exile 1,
flat
so that
damage.
you can
I
use
had
them throughout your
elemental
campaign playthrough.
damage. I had
We
a
want you to find things on the ground that can be crafted into upgrades
plus
much
a
more
skill
frequently.
gem.
As well as making
plus
the drop
one
rates
skill
of
gem,
these
that's-
items much more common, you can also get them by disenchanting unwanted gear at the magic item vendor. If you
Grace,
disenchant
hello.
magic items, you
How's it
can build
going?
up
Thanks
to
for
an
the
Orb
follow.
of Transmutation, and by disenchanting rares,
I'm
you
doing
can build
great.
up to Regal Orbs.
Oh, I should have fixed that, but what? Yeah, I'm doing great.
Another important area of crafting
I'm
items
just
here
watching
is sockets.
some of
Some items you
PoE
find will
2
have sockets
news,
that can have
and
Gizmite runes
they're
placed
trying to
in
get
them that
hyped
add
up for
more mods to the item.
release on
If I
the
insert this
6th.
glacial rune into my helmet, it will give extra
How are you
cold
doing today,
resistance.
Grace?
This is a great way to solve problems that you have with your build, like resistances or damage. If you find socketed items that you don't have a use for, you can take them to the salvage bench in town to work towards an Artificer's Orb. This will allow you to add sockets to your existing items. Body armors and 2-hand weapons can have up to 2 sockets, while the rest of your armor and 1-hand weapons can only have 1 socket. You can also salvage items with quality to create items like armor scraps or whetstones. These will allow you to increase the quality of your items for an up to 20% boost.
Wait. Oh, okay.
If you don't want to disenchant or salvage your items, you can always sell them for gold. Gold can be used to buy items from vendors, and we've tried to do a lot to make sure that the items they have for sale are actually
Gold.
useful. Every time you level up,
Okay.
you get more stock, so make sure to check back often.
Oh, really? Oh, that's that
Other
loud?
vendors offer a
Turn down
gamble.
there.
Pay a flat amount of gold and you'll get a random item of a specific type. This could be a great way to improve your gear
How's that?
if you're lucky.
Can you hear me now?
Gold is also used to respec your passive
Yeah, I would just
skills.
say,
Take advantage of the system to experiment with
just
your
trying to
team
get
and
hype
rework it
for
as
PoE
required.
2, and
The other thing you might want to use gold for is the currency
okay, perfect.
exchange. This
Yeah,
allows you to
how's it going,
exchange
Grace?
currency
I'm
items
just
with other players on an open market. In exchange
Just,
for a small gold fee.
yeah, just getting excited for this
Now, all
game
items in
and
Path of Exile are freely tradable.
try to get the
You
day
never
started.
buy anything to your character except gold.
How are you doing, Grace?
Now, most gear in Path of Exile 2 is randomly generated, but there's another type that isn't. Uniques. They are especially rare, each with a handcrafted set of unusual mods which can dramatically change a character's build. They're not just
got any
mere rare items,
plans?
they can do much stranger things that can fundamentally change your character.
For
Corpse
the
Wave will
weekend,
make any corpses you run through
I don't really have plans for the weekend, but I am,
The Sands of Silk is a
I have
body armor that
a
changes your gold roll
volleyball
into a
today,
blink,
so
morphing you into sand as
we'll
you
look
teleport
forward
past your foes.
to that.
And of course, some uniques are just pure hits of dopamine.
Sorry, I'm trying to listen to
Which
this.
just turns your bow attacks into full auto by doubling
And
your attack speed.
trying to talk is a little, trying to retain the information and trying to talk is it's a little hard for me.
We try to make sure that most unique items have a potential use at
Oh,
any
that
time,
looks cool.
even if you find
Good
it early
armor.
on. And as you can see, every single unique item comes with custom art to match.
Okay.
The last character progression
Ascension.
system that you can do during the campaign is Ascension.
More skill trees.
Starting in Act 2, you will come across Ascension trials, tests that you must complete to unlock your Ascension class. We'll explain these trials soon, but first let's take a look at what Ascending can do for
Oh,
your character.
okay, they're gonna explain it.
Each class has access
Are they
to
gonna
3
show us?
Ascendancy classes, but at the start of early access, only 2 per class will be available.
Yeah, it
Ascendancy
doesn't
classes
help that
are
I only got like
so
4
choose
hours
wisely.
of sleep.
They can
4.5
drastically affect how you build your character.
I'm a little tired too. From Canada?
As a
Yeah.
sorceress, you could become a storm
From Vancouver.
a master of the elements. Tempest Caller causes elemental storms to be summoned each time you do a critical hit with a spell. With
Where are you
strike
from?
twice, you can
Yeah,
summon
if you don't mind me
some
asking.
shock for more damage. And going deeper into the tree, you can make all your damage types apply shock. Make a shock build from any skill.
Oh. What the heck?
Alternatively, you could become a chronomancer and command time itself.
Okay, I didn't
She
even
literally has the ability to stop
Texas.
time with time freeze.
Nice.
Not only that, but she
How's
has
it
many
over
other
there?
time manipulation abilities. Using Temporal Rift, she can teleport back to a previous location, resetting her life and mana back to what it was. Or with Time Snap,
Yeah,
she can reset all her
it's
cooldowns
pretty
and
cold.
cast all her spells again. On the Warrior, you can choose between the Warbringer.
At least it's not snowing, which is the worst.
Warbringer channels the light of
Especially in
ancestors to
Vancouver.
gain
It doesn't really
tremendous power.
snow here.
Using Answered Call, you can summon
But
ancestral
when you get
spirits
it,
linked to
it's
each
kind of
of your
it's
totems.
bad.
With Jade Heritage, you can encase your body in a protective layer that absorbs all damage until it breaks. Warcaller's Bellow allows you
Jade.
to explode the corpses of your enemies. And with Great Wolf's Howl, you can ignore the cooldowns of your war cries. Let all that anger out.
You gotta be completely opposite from what Texas is.
Earthbreaker, every slam is a chance to create an aftershock.
So slam users so
Crushing
after.
impacts, every hit becomes a crushing blow, which will allow you to stun your enemies with ease.
What the heck? That looks so
Surprising
crazy.
strength, you can take advantage of stunned enemies to deal 40% more damage. As a ranger, you might choose to be a Deadeye, an expert marksman.
Yeah,
with style.
I can imagine.
With endless munitions,
Some people who
every
have
attack
never
is
seen
extra
snow, and
projectile.
that's kind of wild to me. But
With Gathering Winds, she gains a small increase.
But
to
I guess it
movement
makes
speed with
sense,
every
like,
attack. But be careful, she loses them when getting hit.
but what do you call it?
With Eagle Eyes, she will
It makes
never
sense,
miss, allowing you to stop
just
wasting
because
all
of
those passive
where
moves of accuracy.
some of the places are in the world.
Alternatively, you could become a Pathfinder, the master of flasks and poison. She can choose from one of several.
But honestly, Vancouver is pretty lucky to not have
fast charges to throw explosive
no,
bombs that deal
like,
various types of
every
damage.
year.
A
I think
blazing
the last 2
concoction that makes
years it
the
snowed,
or a
and
fulminating one
it was the
that
first
shocks enemies,
time
allowing
in
you to
like
do extra
4
damage.
years since it snowed.
Contagious Contamination allows her to spread poisons between her foes, while overwhelming toxicity doubles the number of stacks they can be infected by.
Okay.
Running Assault
Dude,
allows her
these
to move much more
Ascensions are
quickly
pretty
while
crazy.
firing, while Relentless Pursuit makes her totally immune to being slowed by enemies. The Witch can ascend into the Infernalist or the Blood Mage. As an Infernalist, she can summon a loyal Hellhound companion. The Hellhound sets enemies on fire, as well as taking a percentage of the damage if the Infernalist gets hit. With Pyromantic Pact, you can turn your mana into Infernal
I'm going to place my
Flame.
max internal
As you
flame and
cast
get
more
internal flame. This
spells,
is
the
one
flame
one's
builds
constant.
up, and if it overflows, you'll take damage.
Let me set them from.
Using Bringer of Flame, you'll want to make sure you
It's
keep
kinda
the flames
crazy.
topped up.
That means you
While
have to keep
your Infernal Flame
spending.
is
You have to
above
keep
30%
attacking for
all
this
damage from you and
build.
your minions will ignite enemies.
That's kind of cool.
She can also transform into a literal demon. While in demon form, she takes an increasing amount of damage, but her cast speed and
Yes,
damage
sir.
increase rapidly as
No,
well.
you didn't miss
So if
anything.
you're planning on transforming into a demon, make sure you stack a lot of life recovery.
Then
Also
Winters.
become a blood
Any
mage,
place
a master
specifically?
of life and energy. All blood mages must pay the price of making skills cost life.
Like
as well as time. But in
Toronto
exchange, every
or
monster they kill will drop life remnants, which allow them to
Vancouver,
quickly gain
Edmonton, anything like that. Any place
With
that you have in
Crimson
mind.
Power, she can gain large amounts of extra life, and with Vitality Siphon, she can use her spells to leech life back as well. Once you've got a significant amount of life, you can use Gore Spike to make your critical hits
Gore
deal
Spike.
incredible amounts of damage. A monk who is in tune with the elements might become an invoker. With Elemental Expression, the invoker will create waves of elemental power each time he does a critical strike. With Faith as a choice, you gain the
Yellow
ability to
Knife.
meditate
Oh, wow,
and
you're
double
like-
your energy shield.
I've never been into Yellowknife, but I've also never been to like
Specialize in
most
cold or lightning.
Canadian
And
cities.
Rage will allow you to turn into an unbound avatar.
But Yellowknife is like
Each
all
time you apply
way
spell
up there.
damage to an enemy, you gain unbound
Probably one of the
fury.
coldest
When you have enough, transform into an avatar.
coldest place in
deal way more
Canada.
damage and inflict even more elemental ailments. Some monks choose to reach into the darkness instead. The Acolyte of Chayula can exchange their mastery of spirit for darkness, a resource that can be utilized to both absorb and deal damage. The Shroud of Darkness will protect you from all damage incoming. But
What
if
the
you take
heck?
Grasp of the Void, you will deal extra chaos damage from all the darkness you have.
That's Canada is not that cold, but if you want to have that
Can allow their mana to not only have
free
physical, but energy
wilderness
shield as
kind of
well.
experience, that's the
Another
place to
mode you
go.
can take is Waking Dream, which allows you to see into the domain of the Breach Demons.
I didn't ask. Are
You will
you
see the flames of Chayula that
excited to play this game, or is it just pop in? You just
the mercenary has a
pop
job
in
to
a
do,
random
which job
stream
suits
like
you.
me.
You might choose to become a witch hunter.
Nope.
Obsessive rituals will give you a sorcery ward, allowing you to defend yourself against
Yeah, so
elemental
the-
hits in exchange for less defense against attacks.
Go below 1
Zealous
degrees.
Inquisition, your enemies have a 10% chance to explode on death. The chance is doubled against demons and undead. With Judge, Jury, and Executioner, your initial hit against
Oh,
enemies can
nice,
deal up to 30%
perfect.
of their
Glad
life
you can
damage if you're
join.
lucky.
But you are you looking forward to PoE or?
And with Witchbane, you can break your enemy's concentration, preventing them from casting spells as often as they
The
can.
temperature doesn't go below 1
You
degrees.
also choose to become a Gemling Legionnaire, enhancing your abilities by embedding gems directly in your flesh. Integrated efficiency will give you
1
extra
degree. You're
skill
talking
slots. Thermatological infusion gives you extra
Celsius,
maximum
right?
resistances as you sock up more and more support gems.
Not Fahrenheit.
Adaptive capability allows you to use any color of gem without worrying about attributes, while crystalline potential adds extra quality bonuses to every gem socketed into your character.
What's
Those are the
what
essential pieces for
the?
the start of early access. But one thing we haven't
That's a
talked about
lot
yet
there.
is how you ascend in the first
That's a
place.
lot. And see.
Ascension in Path of Exile 2 requires completion of one of the great
Oh, well,
trials,
Celsius. Okay,
which you'll
okay.
find as you progress through the campaign. Each one is associated with
I'm pretty new. Yeah, I've been on and off for maybe like almost a year now, but it's like I said, I've been on and off.
Who must do whatever it takes to survive in the desert. The highest position in Marraketh culture is a Sekima, and it is not a title given freely. All aspirants must complete the Trial of the Sekimas, a grueling gauntlet that will test their strength, will, cunning, and patience. To enter, a warrior of the Marraketh must prove their worth by trapping the soul of a jinn in a coin.
I do. I mean, it's been a bit, but
Once you
I
have earned
do
your coin, it may be
post a
placed
lot
in
of
the
stuff on my
realm vault as you
YouTube.
begin the trial.
I'm still on and off. Yeah, I'm still on and off right now.
In the Trial of the Sekimas, each room has its own challenges to overcome.
Just dealing with some overall stuff that I have to get
Kill will send its blood to the chalice in the
get
center.
solved before I can
Once the chalice is filled, you will be able to
go on a
proceed.
regular schedule.
While fighting monsters in the trial, you will need to be very careful. Each hit will not only hurt you, but will damage your honor. The monsters are well telegraphed, so that you can avoid their attacks, but if you run out of honor, you will fail the trial and need to find another
Honor?
in order to try again. It is a good idea to make sure that you are well prepared before challenging the trial of the Secondus.
When I streaming properly, I think like the beginning of this year, probably when I went like the hardest on streaming, up until
which challenges would you like to face, and
like
which
April,
rewards do you want to claim?
and then
Some rounds are more dangerous, afflicting you with debuffs that will persist for the entire trial.
and then
For
I
example,
fell off
entering this room will
of
afflict you with
having like
spiked
a
shell,
full schedule. And
cause
just
all monsters in the rest of the trial to have 50% increased life.
yeah,
You will
yeah,
have
just
to take
trying
care
to
if you choose such a
deal
path.
with it, deal with
There are
all
many different challenges and
all
rewards
this.
as you journey through the trial. Deadly traps, waves of monsters, and strange artifacts will test your honor.
Are there
As you
any
progress,
any
you'll
other
be able to
games
gain
that
boons from the Jinn, which will help you on your
that
journey.
you like
For example, the Sekima's cloak will revive you
besides
once if you
PoE?
die, giving you a
Even
second shot
yeah,
and run.
if even if you like
One of the
PoE,
rewards you may
even
find is sacred water, an extremely valuable and treasured resource to the Jinn and the Maraketh. Trading it with the Jinn will allow you to receive many benefits. You can recover honor, gain additional boons, or remove afflictions.
oh, this is like one of
At the end of
this
the floor, you'll find a powerful boss which will truly test your limitations.
like
In
mini
order to
games like
ascend,
that.
you will need to defeat him.
Oh, nice. Okay, then you're just like me. Is there a game that you're excited to play that's coming up?
Having defeated the boss, you've earned the right to ascend. But first, the loot. The keys you have found may be used to open the various treasures in the vault at the end of the floor. We only have a single bronze key, so we'll just have to open one of these small chests. If you want to open the better ones, you'll need silver or gold keys. Let's use the Altar of Ascendancy. Your first ascension will allow you to pick your class and grant you 2 points to use in the tree. Now there are more floors and many more rewards that can be found within the Trial of the Sekimas, but we'll save that for the section on the endgame. For now, let's talk about the second Ascendancy trial, the Trial of Chaos. In Path of Exile 2, you can choose whichever trial you like to earn your ascension. Each culture on Rayclast had their own methods to ascend. If the Trial of the
GTA
Sekimas is
6.
not your kind of playstyle, or you're finding it too difficult,
Yeah?
you can try another. You
I mean,
can gain all your
I guess
ascension
I-
points from just one, or mix
Nah,
and
I
match.
never
It's up to you.
really
For early access, we will have 2 trials as options.
played
with third
a
trial coming
GTA
later
game.
for the full
I have
release.
GTA 5.
While exploring the Vile Jungle, you'll discover the Temple of Chaos.
I don't
Before the
think
Vile
I've
embraced
really
the science
played
of
a
corruption, this
GTA game.
civilization worshipped chaos. This ancient trial was once used by the Vile to test their high priests.
And that's like my type of
The high
game
priest
too.
of the
An
Vile
open
is your willingness to
world
risk everything to gain
kind of
power.
sandbox where you just do
Entry to the
whatever you
trial
want.
provides a token from a
That's
strange
kind of my
entity
game.
known only as the Trial Master.
But no, I don't
Those
know.
in which he sees
Maybe
potential,
GTA 6 will
he
get
shall
me
ascribe an ultimatum.
into it.
Many have attempted these trials in search of greatness. Most have perished. Will you be able to defy the odds? Before you begin each
But for
chamber,
me,
the Trial Master
the
will
next
offer you
game
a
that I'm
reward and a
really excited
choice.
to play, other than
Choose one of 3
PoE 2, is
tribulations to
Monster
affect you
Hunter
through the rest of the
Wilds.
trial. These modifiers might beef up the monsters,
Monster
curse the
Hunter
player, or add
Wilds.
environmental hazards like turrets or
Yeah,
traps.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
In this case, we'll be picking shocking
It's
turrets.
interesting. I want to see how that plays.
As you enter the room,
Especially because of all the
In this case, you must destroy all the monsters that fill the room.
all the delays
dealing with the
and
lightning from the shocking turrets.
and all the back end stuff with that game is kind of messy. Yeah, Assassin's Creed never just. Yeah, you know what to expect when you're playing an Assassin's Creed game. Oh yeah, sure. What is it? And then, what is your suggestion?
After each room, you will need to make a choice. Take the rewards you have earned so far, or go double or nothing. Increase
File
your rewards
master.
and take on more risk. Each tribulation you add is minor on its own, but they quickly stack on top of each other and can become overwhelming.
Okay, it's not bad. Oh, this is like.
There are many types of chambers in the trial. Each will test your resolve in different ways. This one simply requires you survive for a certain amount of time.
Wait, so these trials
Requires you to escort the stone
are just
idol
mechanics,
with
or
elevators
the
for
old
monsters
mechanics
to
from
descend to
PoE
attack
1?
you.
Obviously,
Should
like
you be able to
different
get through the first 3
in
chambers, you will face your first boss.
some
The
ways.
order of the bosses is random, and combined with the tribulation
Yeah, no problem. What?
the fight will never feel the same.
What is it you're gonna share? I
After
don't
defeating the boss, you
know
may
if
gain new rewards. Of course, there are the items, but you also gain.
I don't know if you could post links. So I don't.
If you already did the trial of the second,
I got
then you can
disabled
claim 2
links.
more points to add to your ascendancy class. Now it's possible to go much deeper. There are more bosses, rewards, and risks
Oh,
to
great.
take.
No problem.
We'll
Go
talk
back to
more about
work,
that when we get
Grace,
to endgame.
and I hope I'll
So how
see
about we talk
you
about that
on
now?
some of my next streams. It's good
So
talking.
far,
Good,
we've only been
good to
showing
know
footage
you.
from the campaign, but some people would argue that the end game is where the game truly begins.
What
Something
the
that
heck?
happens almost every time a new
Jesus.
action RPG launches is people saying there isn't enough in-game content. Well, we want to
Oh yeah,
ensure that
I have
the PoE
socials
2
on my
don't feel
about
that way. And we
page.
actually only changed our development priority for
It
this.
should be on my
recently.
about page.
The first
at
3
least.
acts of PoE 2 already take around 25 hours to complete
I have
if
to
you're a new
attempt.
player.
Thanks.
This is already a
Thanks,
pretty
Grace.
significant
It's
campaign.
good
On
to
the other
hear,
hand, people spend
especially
hundreds of hours in in-game
since I took
actually.
a pretty big
We
break
realized that finishing the rest of the
since my
campaign
last
for
stream.
early access was actually a bad idea.
But get back to work.
Instead of having acts 4 to 6 in early access,
Go get your
we could
go get your
concentrate on
bag,
in-game and make
and
that great.
hope to talk to you next
For new
time.
players, a 25-hour campaign is already a huge game with lots of content. But for existing action RPG players, what you mostly care about is all the in-game challenges to overcome.
Right,
So 7 months
right.
ago, we switched the entire development team's focus over to making in-game content.
Yeah,
At the start
that's
of early
something.
access, there'll be 50 bosses and around 400 monster types. But
50
great thing
bosses,
is, the
400.
rest of the game
That's
is
a
like
lot, though.
80% there. We'll be adding
Oh,
content
wait,
to roughly
80%?
double the size of the game during
Okay,
early
I
access.
think this game is gonna. The 1.0 is gonna
Now, in order to
release
make the
within
in-game
like a
happen at
year
the
and a
same
half.
character level as what it would be after we added the rest
Follow,
of the
text you on
We've
Insta.
added a
Perfect.
second difficulty level called Crawl,
Perfect.
where you repeat the campaign
I
with
also
all the
have
monsters and bosses leveled up.
Blue Sky
And of course,
too,
new
but
rewards.
I gotta update my
Kind of
about
think of
page
it
for
as
it.
like a new game plus. It's also a lot faster to get through the content the second time as your clear speed increases. That will take you to around level 65, where the endgame begins. Once we add the remaining 3 acts, we'll be removing Crawl difficulty, so you'll progress straight from the end of Act 6 to endgame. But what is the endgame?
Blue Sky
Head
something.
over to Mark. He
But
can
anyways,
tell
I
you
go.
all
Okay,
about it.
see ya. I'll see you next time, Chris.
I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. Well, one thing that Path of Exile is known for
Let's
is
see what
having
you
a
have to say,
lot
Mark.
of distinct in-game content to choose between. Each in-game mechanic needs to have its own progression system, areas, bosses, rewards, and player power that can only be gained from that content. We are going to be adding a lot more over time, but for Path of Exile 2, we decided to start with 7 distinct systems you can progress through.
Okay, so this is the
Atlas, and it serves
system
as the core of the
that we
endgame
want to
of
look
Path of
at.
Exile 2.
That's
It's
the
infinite
Atlas.
and expands in all directions.
Kind of
Now,
crazy.
we are not going to
That's
spoil
kind
the
of
plot too
crazy.
much here, but corruption from the beast has blighted the land, and your objective is to help fight it.
That's kind of
In the center
insane.
of the Atlas, you will find the Ziggurat, a temple in which the Val research the fundamentals of space and time. Here, we can open portals to nearby locations and begin cleansing corruption and finding resources. In order to power the portal device, we will need Waystones. Waystone is a
Waystones.
tier which will determine the level of the monsters that you will face. To go to an area, simply click one that is adjacent to an area that you have already completed. Insert the Waystone and click
Okay,
Traverse.
that's how you open it?
Portals
Okay.
will open, allowing you and your party to travel to the area you have selected.
But is there gonna be
All
a
the
starting
areas in
point?
the endgame
Or
feel
can you just
distinct from locations
click
in
on
the
whatever
map,
nodes you
and
want?
We have dialed the randomization up to 11. The monster packs you will
Heck
face
was
in
that?
each map are totally random, and the combination of them can lead to some very interesting combat situations. There are over 400
Dude, that was a
monster
crazy,
types in early access, and they
monk
have a lot of varied and interesting
build.
abilities.
We're just dashing
Depending
everywhere.
on which combinations you face, you
Kinda-
might find some serious challenges.
Kind of like Flicker
In order
Strike.
to cleanse the corruption from the area, you will need to defeat all the powerful rare and unique enemies.
What, is it transformations?
Once you have done that, the area will be marked as completed and you will be able to travel past it to progress deeper into the world. If you die, then the map can no longer be run, and you will have to find another way around to get to the areas behind it. There are also all kinds of other
Seriously?
random encounters you might run into as you play maps. One such encounter are precursor artifacts. These are ancient, corrupting monuments that irradiate the monsters around them. The monsters that feed off the corruption are drawn to their power. If you defeat the monsters and cleanse the artifact, you will get a powerful temporary buff. Some of the buffs make you faster, others rain lightning or
Hacked.
fire around you, and some even give
Yeah,
you
it's been a
experience to help you
minute.
find better items.
It's been a
You can also
minute.
find strong boxes. These
Yeah, I've been
integrated
looking
chests guard
with
piles of treasure,
some of
but are
your
always a trap.
Black Ops 6 stream.
Monsters lie in wait to attack you the moment you open it, and the boxes often have
But yeah, how's it
mechanisms to
going?
unleash powerful spells or dangerous debuffs. There are different
how's
types
your
of strong boxes
how
containing
was
different items, and you can even
the
use your rarity
streams?
items to craft them on
How
the
were
fly
the streams,
to
I should
optimize
say?
the content. But be
You know what I
careful of
mean?
opening one you can't.
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, I just didn't have the energy to stream a lot
Sometimes you'll
or
discover
even make
monsters
any
frozen
videos or
in
anything.
essences,
Just trying to
crystalline corruption.
trying
These dangerous
to
monsters can be
figure out
broken free.
work
If you
stuff.
defeat them, the essence they drop can be used to
And yeah,
upgrade
slowly
normal
getting
items
back to
magic
it.
items,
Exactly.
guaranteed mod for a category.
I'm coming to a point where I
Some boats to ensure a movement speed mod.
where I had to make the decision about what kind of
Essences will also drop that
what I
allow
want to
you
do
upgrade
for work.
magics to rares, adding the guaranteed mod. This is incredibly powerful since it allows you to get a second deterministic mod in your crafting projects. Combining these with the currencies that are commonly found in Rayclast for modifying
Oh man,
items,
this is
and you
crafting.
can get a very nice pair
I
of
love how
goods indeed.
GGG does crafting in these games.
Like all items,
What you
can
been
also be
ripping?
crafted using your currency items.
Wait, for games, video games?
Adding prefix mods will improve the rewards,
I've been
while suffix
really-
mods increase danger. The more
Really
dangerous a map
into.
is,
I
the
got
more
really
waste
into
zones will
Dragon Age.
Adding mods to
The
your
Veil
waste
Guard, I'm
zones
still
is
playing
key to
that.
progressing to higher tiers and sustaining them.
I remember
But
actually
will
really
require
liking
you
that
to
game.
take on larger challenges.
I think a lot of
There are
people.
a variety of factors you have to consider when crafting your waste zones.
Yeah, I
Some
think a lot of
maps will
people.
have higher density, some lower, some have more magic
A lot of people are
chests
comparing it
or
to
monsters, some are
like
more
Baldur's
linear,
Gate
and others more open. Make
and
sure
that's
you
not
explore and
good.
think about what makes certain maps good.
Or
if you
something.
want to
Yeah, I was
maximize
streaming
your
some Dragon Age.
As you collect
Just a little bit.
from higher and higher tiers of the Atlas, you will gain points that you can spend in the Atlas tree. This tree allows you to juice the danger and rewards of all areas.
What
of
else
the game.
though?
You could increase the number of
What else have I
monsters,
been playing?
the number of rares, the number of precursor artifacts.
I guess this is just it's just been mostly Dragon Age, and then when this comes out in like 2 weeks,
You'll notice various different biomes.
when this game comes out in 2 weeks, early access at least, I'm gonna get into it. This game is
certain biomes.
looks
As you continue to explore
it
deeper
looks
into the
crazy.
Atlas, there are all sorts of things to discover. These cities are
But how were
constructed
your
by different peoples of Rayclast,
Black
and
Ops 6
specific
streams?
items that can be
Did
found
you
there.
dive
These strange
into
structures marked on the map don't appear to do anything
like zombies?
now. Perhaps
Or like the
work
new
out how to
Warzone
use them
stuff?
later. You
Or
might
just,
find unique
just
maps like
multiplayer
Untainted
for you?
Paradise, an undisturbed island full of beasts that give an extreme amount of
Yeah,
experience.
the zombies is
You may even
good.
find a lonely man just enjoying his
Yeah, I wanna
retirement,
try
which
the
will give you a
zombies.
unique item for free. In
I did-
addition, you can find special areas that would make a good spot to
I
set
played
up
a
camp.
little bit of
Clear the
Warzone.
areas of their hostile inhabitants, and you'll be
Yeah,
able
just
to
'cause of
claim
the
them
new
as your
map.
own hideout. You can decorate your hideout as you see fit and invite various
The zombies
NPCs
is
to
something I
join
want
your
to
camp
get back
create your
into.
own personal base of operations.
Not get back. I want to start because it
A great
kind of
tool for
reminds me of like the
operation
old
are
zombie modes, right?
towers. These mysterious precursor constructs are
From
dotted
what
around
I've
the
seen.
Atlas. Completing the tower will reveal a large area around it.
Yeah, it's
allowing
good,
you to
yeah.
Scout out your
Okay.
next challenge. There are lots of things to find, so keep looking.
Take a new style, but keeping the old stuff.
Sections of your atlas are influenced by
Is there open
erosion.
world?
This
It's not,
adds
right?
Extra modifiers to the maps in
It's
the
just-
region, increasing
Have
difficulty
you ever
and
played it?
rewards.
No, okay.
Here, slaying monsters in close
Have
proximity
you ever
to
play
each
it?
other
You
will
can just
cause
go
the
on, yeah.
vestiges of corruption within them
I'll,
to merge together,
I'll
forming
pick you up
powerful
on that.
and grotesque abominations.
Like OG maps,
You
sort
may
of.
have
Oh,
noticed
okay,
while
okay.
looking at the atlas that some
It's
of
kinda
the
cool.
areas have these icons above them.
Unlock
The
doors and
icon
stuff. Yeah, it
indicates
has
that
like
the area
secret
contains some
stuff,
kind of
right? Like
special
secret
encounter. This icon indicates
like
that the
encounters
area
to
has a
unlock
powerful boss.
weapons and stuff like
Because
that.
only 1 in 4 maps contain a map boss. We are able to make them very powerful and very rewarding. These bosses come from the
What happened?
campaign, but have had their difficulty increased with changes to AI and some of their
What is wrong
abilities.
with
It's
this?
worth
With
noting that because you can see where the
this
bosses are,
grace?
you can choose to take them on
We'll see.
or avoid them. If you do choose to hunt bosses, though, then you will be rewarded with special points for the boss
sounds
hunting
good, yeah.
section of the Atlas
I'm
server.
usually
The points here will allow
I'm
you
usually
to
careful with
specialize in
that.
boss killing, giving you much greater
listen to me.
rewards for
Yeah. 100%.
For each different type of
Usually
content
I
in
just
the
say
area,
no.
We are adding specialized trees
Like,
in order
I'll-
to make it so
they-
you don't
yeah,
feel the
just- I
need
just
to
say no.
respec your points when you
And
trade
if they keep
different
going, I
types
just
of
keep
content.
saying no.
We will be showing you 7 of these. by
Because
the
it's
end
not
of
really.
this
I'm not
presentation,
even
so there is
looking
still a lot
for
more to
any of
come.
that.
Bosses
So
are not the only icon you will see on the Atlas. Let's take
It's
a
an
look at one of the
easy
in-game
no.
systems, Breach. If you play
Try-
PS1, you might be familiar with Breach. For PoE 2, we have created sequels to several PoE 1 leagues. While the mechanic is familiar,
That's true.
the monsters, bosses,
That's true.
rewards, and progression are all new. A breach is a tear.
I've had many of those situations.
Otherworldly monstrosities that lie in wait on this other plane of existence. By engaging with a breach, you'll create a bridge between their world and Rayclast. In order to keep the breach open, you will need to kill the demons that pour forth. The faster you can kill the monsters, the more monsters you will fight, and the more loot.
Guess you're free fall, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess. And if it is like a bot, it just removes it. But you know,
these can be a good boost to the reward.
just gotta be, just gotta have your.
One of the rewards that you may
gotta be on top of
while
it.
fighting
That's
monsters
the
from
thing.
Breach are tablets. Tablets are special items that can be used with precursor towers to add more encounters to.
So I'm trying to pay attention to this, and then trying to talk to you, Hack. It's kind of messing with me.
Consume the tablet to add more breaches to areas within range of the tower. This makes all the content in the Atlas self-sustained. Want to do more breaches? Find the tablets, add them to your towers, get more breaches, getting more tablets. Soon your Atlas will be covered in otherworldly domains. In
Delta
addition,
Force.
like all items in PoE,
Delta
you
Force.
can
Sounds familiar.
use your currency to add
Sounds
to your
familiar.
tablets,
Oh
allowing
wait,
you
is
to
that
upgrade
is
all
that
the breaches
the
in range. Tablets can have up to 2
military
mods.
sim shooter?
These mods do things like
Yeah,
adding
yeah,
extra
yeah.
rare monsters, extra
I think
class
I've known it.
commands,
Yeah, yeah,
and
okay, okay.
monster density of breaches, allowing you to keep them open longer. Often you will find multiple towers near to each
Comes out
other,
December
with
4.
overlapping areas
Wait.
of effect. This
Like
can allow you to
1.0?
really use the mechanic by
Oh.
stacking the mods from multiple tablets.
I feel like I've seen the Delta Force
In your
like on
fight
sale
with the breach
for a
demons
while.
at bay, you may want to use the powers of their world against them. Each in-game mechanic always has player power that can only be gained from that mechanic, and Breach is no different.
If it's free, I don't mind
Find catalysts,
trying to check it out.
items that can increase the quality of rings and amulets by improving specific mobs. You can also find breach rings,
Wait, one
a
realist-
special
oh,
baseline
okay.
that can have its quality improved by catalysts up to 50%.
Yeah, if it's free, I don't
In
mind,
this
like, just
case, you would
checking it
create a
out.
ring with around 170 life. Breach rings can become some of the strongest rings in the game, giving you some good motivation to face the demon hordes. In addition,
Might as well,
each
yeah.
in-game mechanic needs to have a pinnacle in-game encounter. While killing breach monsters, you may find breach splinters.
Hey, you might get
Collect enough of these and you'll be able to
Kitsune.
create
Oh,
a
really?
breach stone. Using a Val technology
Let's give them a
called
follow.
the Realm Gate, you can use your breachstone to access their domain and bring the fight to them. In this twisted domain, you will find nothing but a single massive breach.
Yeah, I'll give them a follow
Triggering it will
after
reveal hordes of
streaming.
breach inhabitants.
Okay. I completely missed the end game.
And should you be fast enough, you will be able to fight their leader, Zesht. We
Zesht. Oh, is this a new boss? Wait, this might be a new boss. I see auras. What's this? It's like
This is
3
just
auras.
one of the pinnacle encounters of PoE 2. We won't be showing the rest of them, so you will have to discover them for yourself. But rest assured, this is some of the hardest content we have ever made.
Hacked any games that you are
But that's not all.
planning to play or
We still
excited to
have
play?
The progression system. Defeating Zesht will give you points to allocate into the breach section of the Atlas tree. Allocating these points will make breaches
Oh my God, I didn't even
and
see the
breach
Atlas
domain
tree.
even harder, but will give you more rewards. The small
go
nodes will
not-
increase the difficulty of the twisted
just got
domain,
no more
while
room
the
in
large
Hell
nodes
2.
have more specific bonuses.
You
For
fuck.
example, this node adds more class
Hell
cans to your
2.
breaches, and adds a pack of magic monsters that can guard
I know that name
Get
from
some more
somewhere.
points and you can allocate Waking Nightmare, which will double the number of splinters you get from clasped hands, and inflict you with a
One more
mysterious
room
demon.
in hell.
In order to earn more
Did you
points,
stream
need to
one?
defeat Zesht at a higher
Did you stream the first
difficulty,
game,
and some rewards from Zesht can only
like
be
some
found
time ago?
by increasing the difficulty of the twisted domain
Like airport
above
open
certain
world?
thresholds.
No, I didn't. Okay,
Defeating
well,
Zesht at difficulty 4
no
will
more
be a
room in hell.
challenging
This sounds like the
but
game
there are
sounds
many more
familiar.
threats in Rayclast. Ritual altars are sacrificial sites.
Open world
built
zombie
under a mysterious cave
extraction.
in the mists. If you encounter this symbol on the atlas, then you know that the area contains ritual altars. Ritual altars demand tribute. Every
altars?
monster you
Yo, this
slaughter
stream is
a
going
circle
long.
will
Yeah.
feed to the altar.
Stream
After
is
the
going long. I
sacrifice,
thought it would be
time
like
to begin the
45
ritual.
minutes.
The monsters you just killed will be resurrected by the King of the Mist's dark magic, and you must fight.
This
to
is a
survive.
lot though. This is a brand new game that they're releasing.
The tribute you have offered to the altar can be spent to buy powerful items, but they can be expensive. To gain more tribute, you will want to find more altars. Each successive ritual you do within an area will spawn the monsters revived by the previous ones, in addition to the ones you sacrifice next to it. By the end of an area, you will be fighting a truly imposing number of foes, but will have a significant amount of tribute to spend. One of the rewards you can buy with tribute are omens. These are special items that allow for meta crafting. Crafting items that affect other crafting items. Have an item
this
with good prefixes
looks
but bad
awesome as hell.
suffixes? This omen will help you to remove the mod you don't want while keeping the ones you do. There are a bunch more of
Yep,
these
that's in
with different
PoE 1.
effects, but we will leave them for you to discover. Now don't forget that Ritual will also drop tablets which can be used to specialize into getting more rituals. If you want to get to the pinnacle boss of Ritual, then you will probably want to use them. They can also be crafted to grant mods, making your rituals more rewarding. The pinnacle encounter of Ritual is the King in the Mists.
The King in the Mist. Oh, and then each of the mechanics will have a boss associated with that mechanics at the end. Oh, that's pretty smart.
You will gain points in the ritual section of the Atlas tree. Some maps have been touched by insanity. A mysterious entity has
delirium.
taken a special interest in you. Step through the looking glass and you will find your nightmares coming to life. When you touch a mirror, the mists of delirium will spread out across the area, infecting your mind. You must stay within the mist to maintain the nightmare, which is as profitable as it is terrifying. Everything
Oh,
you
man.
kill will increase the rewards that drop. However, the deeper into the mist you travel, the stronger the monsters are. Be careful not to overstay your welcome. Rare and unique enemies will become vessels for terrifying demons, who will manifest out of them to unleash powerful attacks.
So
on
this
you.
this is like
The
the
mist also offers a strange crafting material, distilled
what?
emotions. By combining these emotions, you are able to instill your amulet with a notable from the passive skill tree. This is like gaining an extra passive point for free, attached to your gear. They are also
okay. This is
particularly
like
great
so
because
cool
you don't
because
have to
they
traverse the
have
tree to get
they
them,
have like the
allowing you
cool
to get
stuff
off
from
class bonuses
PoE
that would normally be much harder
that's
to get.
just transferred
Distilled
into
emotions can
PoE
also
2,
be used
but
to
just
instill your in-game maps,
but emphasized
applying delirium
like
to
a
them
lot
and
better.
adding additional difficulty and rewards, allowing
more-
you to further juice
It's
your in-game
just
maps.
a lot better.
The tablets you can find from delirium
I'm
can
so
be used to
speechless of
further
what they are
increase
showing.
pack size, make the fog dissipate slower, or improve your progress towards the
This
pinnacle
this is not an
encounter.
early access. It feels like a
Speaking of which,
full-fledged
every now and then you will find
1.0
simulacrum
release.
splinters. The mysterious entity will create strange
Which is kind of crazy
encounters based on
because this is
warped
it's only
versions of
this is
your own
80% done.
memories. Monsters and simulacrums come in waves that get progressively more difficult. You will receive loot at the end of each wave, and you will have to make the decision to leave now or continue on.
This is like
facing up against
the
any
pinnacle
tougher
boss for
foes
Delirium,
this.
right?
The
Or
bosses
area.
you will face as you get deeper into a simulacrum are truly
Omniphobia Fear Manifest.
if you can complete a simulacrum, you will gain points for the delirium section of the Atlas skill tree. Next up,
For
we have
me,
Expedition. Occasionally, while clearing corruption, you will encounter these
Monster
Kalguran
Hunter
symbols.
Wilds.
The Kalgurans have discovered ancient burial
What else?
sites with lost Verisium artifacts, and they want you to help dig them up. The Kalgurans have marked the locations where the
I do
relics
have a
can be
lot
found. Place
of games that
explosives
I
as
want
best
to
you can
try.
dig up as many as possible. There is just one problem. Corruption has brought the corpses of
What
their
else?
ancestors to life.
Monster Hunter
You
Wilds
might have to do a little
and what's the other
cleanup
game?
before you can
Avowed.
find the
Avowed.
artifacts.
That's the other one. Then other than that, I guess
You
like
can also find remnants.
at the end of
The
next year,
destruction
there's
of
gonna be
wood will further
GTA
anger
6
the
if it doesn't get delayed.
Each one you blow up will make the subsequent monsters more powerful, but also more rewarding.
I want to try
Bandit,
that.
Rog, Tujin, and Gwenin will exchange the artifacts for useful items and runic magic. You can also find tablets to increase the number of expeditions and the rewards. This
Tablet.
one increases the radius of explosives, while this one increases the number of remnants.
Wait,
you
what
will
is
find.
this? Oh, Expedition. Okay.
Eventually, you might discover a logbook. These are special
Oh,
maps
right,
full of
logbooks.
buried treasure and relics. Essentially, one giant dig site. Here, you can create an extremely long chain of explosives and go through a very high number of remnants.
I can see myself
Be
just
careful. Many remnants
playing
have
this game
mods that
forever.
really
Like,
break the
holy
map,
sh-
so you will probably want to avoid these ones. If you add too many remnants, you
Everything
can
in this
easily
game looks
make
so
the
good.
encounter harder than you can handle. There are all sorts of interesting things buried under the ground in logbooks. You might find dripping caves and hidden pirate caches. But the most powerful encounter is Olroth, the ancient undead commander of the Knights of the Sun. Defeating him will grant you unique rewards, as well as points to spend in the expedition section of the Atlas tree.
Oh, right. So you have to beat the bosses to get points for the tree?
Trials we talked about earlier have much
Oh my god,
more when you get to endgame
that's
too.
kind of wild.
Just like the other endgame systems, they also have progression mechanics, unique rewards, and player power that can only be gained from them. As you get higher level coins for the Trial of the Sycamores,
Oh,
you will
leaves.
unlock more floors to explore.
Oh, that is that your
Each floor
pop?
has its own challenging rooms and a floor boss that you will need to kill.
At least they're doing insane this year, though. They're kind of.
There are 4 floors in total.
I can see them going to conference finals. The way they're playing.
The Trial of the Sycamores is where you'll find jewels, which you can socket into your tree. These
They're
are like
actually
passive
crazy the way they're playing.
currency items. They can be really powerful as they allow you to stack modifiers that may not be easily accessible on the tree normally. This jewel gives lightning
And
damage
without
and shock chance, for
Matthews.
example. There are quite a few jewels
Which is
on
even
the
more
tree,
crazy.
so it's possible to gain a lot of power here. There are also other types of jewels that don't provide any bonuses themselves, but affect other passives surrounding them. This jewel increases the effect of small nodes in radius by 25%. With careful placement in the tree,
Oh, there's jewels.
you could get a significant amount of power
Oh,
from
nice.
it. There are also unique jewels
70%
available
off.
with very interesting effects, but you will have to find those
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah, he.
In order to push
How many
further
games?
into
He
the
played
trial
like maybe
and
8
uncover the
games.
secrets of the
And he got
mountain,
injured.
you will want to take advantage of its progression system, relics. Relics are items that can be placed in the relic altar as you start the trial. They give special bonuses that affect the trial, making it easier and increasing its rewards.
But Leafs are
Of course, you
like
can craft these with your currency items, making them even stronger.
they're getting injuries, like of all of them. You see, like a lot of their younger guys come up to fill spots for his mitten. The Russian guy that just came up to you, I forgot his name.
If you use it, you will have only 1 honor for the entire trial, so you will need to do a completely hitless run.
Oh my god, what the heck?
Trial of Chaos also extends into the endgame. As you gain inscribed
Temple
ultimatums
of
of higher and
Offering.
higher levels, the number of chambers that you can go through increases.
Okay, I need to watch this again.
In true Val style, this allows you to take even more risks for even more rewards. At endgame, you can progress through up to 10 chambers with 3 bosses on a single run. Stacking 10 tribulations on top of each other will make this a significant challenge, but it's worth it. The Trial Master will tempt you with items of the Val Empire, such as Val Orbs. Val Orbs are powerful crafting items
Oh,
that
okay.
corrupt your gear with random
Yeah,
mysterious
I'm gonna watch this endgame stuff again.
Corruption prevents an item
This
from being
seems crazy.
modified further, so it has to be the last step of your craft. But it's also the most impactful one. For example, if you use one on your body armor, it might add a new powerful enchantment, or it might re-roll up to half of its modifiers.
Or destroy it.
Val Orbs also have the ability to add a socket, allowing you to bypass the normal restriction of how many sockets an item can have. A body
Oh,
armor could get
that's
up to
cool,
3
actually.
sockets this way, allowing for a significant number of mods. Val Orbs can even
Also,
modify uniques. Adding enchantments
talking
or
about
sockets to uniques
Leafs
can make them
players.
incredibly powerful,
Chris
but there
Tanev.
is a good chance that you will break
Yeah,
it
just
as well.
change your whole team.
The Trial Master will also occasionally offer you
He literally just,
Originally
it
formed
feels
by
like he
Chaos,
changed your whole
Val
team.
sought to replicate soul cores through human sacrifice
Not your team, but, you know, the
rituals
Leafs
and blood
team.
magic to power their civilization. Soul cores are powerful socketable items with mods that
This
cannot
year.
be obtained from regular runes.
It's their year.
Like all
I
endgame
see
content,
it.
there is, of course, a
Because they can score in bunches if they want to, but they're not playing like that. They're playing
Some say
tight
this is where the Trial
checking
Master
and hockey.
himself resides.
And they're
Perhaps
winning,
you
which
are
is
willing to take the
which
risk
is
to
what you
find out.
want to see going into
Enough yet? Because
playoffs.
there is still just one more thing. The most difficult content in Path of Exile 2. While
Chris
many
Tanev
might
is
come
a
across this
beast.
fortress that has emerged from underground, surrounded by an enormous maze riddled with danger. Is the maze preventing
He was
something from getting
here. He was in
or something
Vancouver
getting out?
when he
This
started his
fortress is of
career,
ancient origin, and its
and then
construction has
when he
similarities to
left,
towers and
for Calgary, he was like one of the best defensive defensemen. Even now he's still considered one of the best defensive defensemen. And they got block shots like he blocks shots like someone someone is shooting his daughter or something. That's kind of crazy how much blocks he would get in the game.
If you fail against either of the lieutenants or to kill the leader, they will move on, and you will need to find them again. Kill all
what the
of the bosses and you will gain access to the fortress. We aren't going to spoil it, as we can't wait to see you guys attempt it for the first time. But is there a tree you get points in after killing it? Of course there is. This is Path of Exile. There is always another tree.
So these are your challenges for PoE 2. As you can see, this project is crazy huge.
Yeah.
Way bigger than even we expected when we started out. But how do you gain access? Well, during early access,
supporter pack.
Key to get in. To thank our
I'm
existing
gonna
PoE
spend the money
supporters who have spent more than $480, we'll be giving you guys a key for the PC version for free. Anyone else who wants one can get one by purchasing one of the new early access supporter packs that have just been released to the store. If you just want early access to PoE 2, then you can get it in the $30
Wait.
early access pack.
Is that? Oh my god. Is there like 60?
MTX store. But we also have a variety of other supporter packs filled with exclusive microtransactions, points to spend in the store, and even physical items. The cosmetics can be used right now in PoE 1 and in Path of Exile 2 when early access starts. Most of this footage has been recorded in Path of Exile 1, since that's where you can use them immediately. The Lord of Ogham supporter pack contains a cosmetic armor set
Dang.
of the Count of Ogham himself.
Oh, sick
There is
armor.
also a matching
Armor
which
set.
is an alternate variant depicting the influence of corruption. Also in this
That's
pack,
actually pretty
you find
sick.
a portal formed of the rusted armor of the fallen soldiers in the Red Veil of Ogham, and the offspring of a vicious crowbell boss found in the hunting grounds. This one doesn't look so vicious though.
Oh.
On top of that, you'll receive the Iron Count's Y-hander to apply to your one-handed or two-handed swords. For those who are wanting to decorate your hideouts with fond memories and tales of Path of Exile's history,
This is like the crazy supporter pack.
this pack contains the statue of Hillock. For Path of Exile 1's closed beta, each pack contained a true New Zealand icon, the Kiwi. Following
The
this
Kiwi.
tradition, all packs in this series will also contain a new themed Kiwi pet. The pet
Okay.
will loyally follow you into battle, but run away at the first sign of trouble. Become the ruler of the desert with the King of the Faradin supporter pack. Show your mastery of traversing the sands of the Vasteri Plains. The body armor will allow you to glide along the ground with ancient sand magic. Now each armor set comes with body armor, boots, gloves, and helmet, but the boots are covered in sand. If you'd prefer to show them off, you can turn the gliding off if you want. The accompanying back attachment equips you with two
This looks the cosmetics looks pretty cool. I mean, all their cosmetic supporter pack is pretty awesome.
Hover in a circle around you, arcing like
Plus, it gives you currency along with the cosmetic stuff to spend on whatever you want.
Or replace the appearance of a spear with the Tyranny's End spear skin. This spear skin can be applied to staves and war staves.
Eee, look at those hands. Is that his feet? Why? Wait, is it floating? Why does it have hands on his feet? Or hands where his feet are? Where his feet are?
Travel across the Vasteri Plains. In Path of Exile,
Oh, he's
you can
floating.
decorate your hideout however you like, and it's no exception here.
Wait, this is a
There's
hideout?
a variety of thematic elements to use, or use decorations from elsewhere in the game.
This hideout is moving.
Additionally, you'll
That's
get
pretty
the
cool.
Deshret's Blessing level up effect.
Oh.
The King of the Faradin Kiwi pet. And last but not least, a statue depicting the Vile Oversoul from Path of Exile 1. For those who don't know how supporter packs work, each pack comes with all of the cosmetics from the previous tier, so you'll get all the items from the Lord of Ogham supporter pack as well. The Thaumaturge of the Vile supporter pack features an armor set and back attachment themed around the Vile and the
Thaumaturge
pursuit
of the
science and
Vile.
progress. You can find the Soul Core weapon effect in this pack, which causes thaumaturgic energy harnessed from sacrifice to spill from your weapon. This pack also contains Doryani's Idol. It replaces the default appearance of any foci to an ancient relic once used by Doryani, and this can be applied to shields in Path of Exile 1. That's not
What?
the only Vile weapon you'll find. It also contains the Wand of the Thaumaturge skin.
What?
And the Royal
Wait, so I'm
Sacrifice
guessing
skin.
you can transfer Yeah, I guess
You
it goes
wouldn't think
both
for
ways, right?
sacrificial gems on a Kiwi, but the Val did.
Like if you buy stuff, cosmetic stuff,
Will receive the
or
thaumaturge of the Val Kiwi pet
PoE 2,
and the statue of Dominus.
it's just
This is
connected
also
to
the
PoE
first pack
1,
in the series with a physical item.
and you have all.
When purchasing this pack,
That's
you'll
really
receive
good.
a Path of Exile 2 logo T-shirt. But if you don't want one,
Oh, this is like the
you can
huge.
opt out in return for additional points to spend in the store.
Oh,
Becoming a Warlord of the Karui supporter will grant you an armor
That's
set
cool.
and back attachment adorned in jade.
no other company would do that.
Feathers resembling power. Enough to even impress the ancestral gods, specifically Tukohama, the Karui god of war.
Nope.
Overkill, you say? I think the Karui people would disagree. Why not drop a gigantic totem on rare enemies you slay to crush them to a pulp?
I heard the chimes
Place your
there.
crafting bench in your hideout with the Ancestral Canoe crafting bench, where Ancestral Chief Mata will summon a giant canoe manned by Karui warriors to aid in your crafting desires.
We must all start somewhere.
You'll also get a pair of weapon skins. Equip Akoya's Felling Axe skin to your one-handed or two-handed axes, or Tukohama's Crusher to your one-handed or two-handed maces.
Oh, that looks sick. The jade armor
Karui Warlord is always accompanied by their trusty Kiwi.
it kind of has like the
ancestral magic.
an Eastern
Once
Asian
one of the most feared beings in Rayclast, Malachi was
aesthetic
slain
to
by a
it.
powerful exile. May the statue commemorate the virtue of exile's past, present, and of the future. Of course, it's
Oh,
not all
nope.
about dressing up in game. You'll want to look good in real life too. By becoming a Warlord of the Karui supporter, you'll also get a Path of Exile 2 hoodie. Our final tier of supporter pack in the series
Oh,
is the
dang.
Liberator of Rayclast supporter pack.
and
The
shiny.
Liberator of Rayclast armor set and back attachment come made with the finest
Dude,
materials
look at the
in Rayclast
reflections on the ground.
and shattered glass
This game looks
mosaics suspended in
incredible.
divine power. Set up your base of operations in the Beacon of Salvation hideout. Why restrict yourself to just one island when you can liberate more? The Beacon of Salvation hideout comes equipped with your own collection of small islands and personal operators of boats that you can use to row between them. Just walk to the piers.
Heck, you're moving.
to enter and
You're
navigate
controlling the
as you choose.
boat.
Decorate each island as you see fit to best
What is this
represent your
game?
well-earned hideout. Everyone in your hideout can use their own boat. Why not have some races? You can also get the Window to Twilight.
The heck
foil
is this
with
game?
a beautiful mosaic piece of art that shatters and reveals a gateway to your desired destination as you approach it. As you walk away, the glass magically reforms back to its original form.
That's
Rule and style with the Throne of the Ruler map device.
GGG knows how to make the
Device is great
cosmetics.
in-game maps, but it also comes with a throne you can sit on to oversee your growing kingdom. Look down on the plebeians
That's
running
sick.
your maps.
That's sick.
Being the Liberator, though, is not just about sitting on your throne all day. If you do decide to join the fight yourself,
Games is,
you'll lead
Path
the
of
fight
Exile
first and encourage
2.
your second in command.
Path of Exile
Liberator
2.
of Rayclast supporters will also get a set of varied weapon
Yeah,
skins.
it's not coming out yet, and never played.
Deliverance crossbow skin,
But you know what PoE is, right?
Justice flavor
Path of
skin,
Exile.
and the Redemption
And
shield
it's
skin.
coming out in on the 6th
Once again,
next
you have
month.
an accompanying Kiwi,
In a couple
and of
weeks
course, a
here.
statue depicting one of the most iconic events in Rayclast's history. The battle between a powerful exile and Kitava, the Insatiable. With the help of two deities, Sin and Innocence, the exile was able to defeat him once and for all.
I mean, the game looks
This supporter pack also
kind
contains
of
the
incredible.
Path of
It
Exile 2
looks
art.
incredible.
This 215-page full-color art book includes a huge amount of amazing concept art and lore produced during the long and exciting journey of Path of Exile 2's development. And finally, Path of Exile has a tradition of letting the community participate in designing game features. For Path of Exile 2,
Oh,
we made the
right.
Twilight Order foil reliquary.
How much is this? 1,500? 10,000?
By becoming a Liberator of Rayclast supporter,
How much is
once
that?
Path of Exile 2 is released, you'll be
How
able
much
to
is
select
that?
any unique item you have found and be able to drop it from the reliquary. Once players have submitted their items, keys to the reliquary will start dropping, and other players will be able to find foil versions of uniques that you have submitted, along with a message from
Yeah.
the lucky player.
I don't know if I
The more
like
players
it.
submit the same unique, the more
Isn't
chances
the
there will be
system
for the
in
reliquary
the
to
Path of
drop.
Exile 1 also? I don't know if I
Almost
like it.
All of these items are available to use in PoE 1 right now. There are a few exceptions where the item class clearly doesn't exist, such as crossbows or flails. And there are also a few microtransactions on weapon types that are unavailable in PoE 2 at the start of early access. Once classes that use
Oh.
those weapon types are added, those microtransactions will be available to use.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you
I thought
can't
it was going to
decide
be
which supporter pack
exclusive
choose yet,
to
you can always
PoE
start with
2.
the early access supporter pack that just includes a key and some points to spend in the store. Then you can upgrade to any of the following tiers at a later date. These supporter packs will be available for purchase throughout early access. We'd really like to thank you for your ongoing support. Without you guys, Path of Exile 2 could not have happened. Now, I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions.
Oh, up
Stick around,
next.
because coming up next, we have a live Q&A with Ziggy D.
Perfect time. I'll probably have like another 5 minutes stream, but yeah, you do your thing, Hacked, and then I'll see you on the next stream, or I might even catch you on your stream. So yeah, I'll see you. Okay. Nope. I don't want to see Ziggy's face. I see the whole end game stuff. Right. Can I not? No stream or video VOD? There is no VOD. Okay, so I can't go back. I can't go back. Watch Pathos here in game. Well, oh, I guess open. Okay. I guess I've just ended there. Turn this down. Display.
Different types of content, and that, you know, some people enjoy one thing, some people enjoy another, and I feel like that choice is like a huge part of what makes it good.
There. Okay.
We didn't have that when we
That was kind of sick. All the amount they showed. I apologize for some of the parts of the video where I was focused on Twitch chat and I didn't watch. Especially the end game stuff. That was the most interesting thing that I wanted to see. Yeah, that was the thing that I wanted to see the most. And I just missed like a huge chunk of it. Obviously, we saw the trials and what that is needed to do to ascend your class. I don't know what the trial system is. I don't know how it works. Obviously, you do the trial like in PoE 1, and there's chess, same thing as PoE 1, but there's also like a mechanic where you can verse a pinnacle boss or something like that. I don't know. And then obviously we saw the Atlas map, I guess I don't know what it's called. The regular map where we pick the nodes, and then there's actually the Atlas tree map where you can cater to what what gameplay mechanics you want to utilize. And we saw altars. What should we see? Delirium for sure. Did we see Delve? I don't think we saw Delve, but yeah, those mechanics are gonna be in PoE 2. But you know, I think the small changes are enough to make it feel different than PoE 1, and it's not just like a one-to-one kind of transfer. This is a good thing. But yeah, this December 6th is kind of insane. I want to just play this game straight away, but it's probably, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna stream. I'll probably stream it on the first day, and figure it out. Do that week. But yeah, this is good. I'm so excited for December 6th. This is one of, I'm pretty sure it is one of the biggest live streams and reveals that Garden Gears has ever done. So yeah, this is an hour and a half video. So I'll post the reactions onto YouTube sometime today, and I'll see everyone next time. Probably for sure on the 6th, and we'll get started into Path of Exile 2. But for now, I'm gonna log off and go buy the supporter pack, and yeah, I'll see everyone on the next stream.